Can we just listen to that once, just so you guys know what you're listening for? Can we start right at 66? Okay, 66, just the marimba, the part. Ready?
ISMA stands for Indiana State School Music Association.
And how you interpret it and how you play it determines like the score you get. So, and then there's also just like, it's a learning experience as well, where you can compete against different schools and try different levels of difficulties for music.
So for me, this performance is special because it's my first one. I've never done ISMA concert, and the reason why it's special for the band program is because we're performing Group 1 music. Group 1 is the hardest possible level. There's challenging music, and the judges will be demanding with how we're playing, and they're just going to be more strict with how they grade us.
I will try to cue you guys on that, but you've got to be counting. All right? And I know it's hard because you're switching, you're going over to things. A couple of things here just while.
The music that was selected was Group 1, which is mostly college and advanced level, so that makes it difficult as a band, especially for like a smaller band like ours, to like perform live and make it sound good and like full.
What makes the music that we're performing difficult is that it's very musical. You have to be very musically mature to do it. There's lots of very like open sections where instruments are playing by themselves. You have to be very in tune, you have to focus on intonation, the rhythms are complicated, and because we're such a small ensemble, everything's very open, every single mistake you can hear.
Elegy is like a very sensitive and vulnerable piece, and you have to be in tune because you'd stand out immediately. There's no room to hide. And so just making sure that we're all in tune and that we're tuning before we play, and also just being mindful of the other players and how they sound and matching that sound, that can make it kind of difficult. And then the range, yeah, like I'm playing notes that I have never been able to play before, that I didn't even know the fingering for. I've had to look it up in my fingering index, like how do I play this note? But you know, just working on it and being mindful of others and just doing that extra research can make everything easier.
And also, this ISMA performance is, it'll be the first time in a long time that an IPS band has performed at this level. So we're really excited to show these judges what IPS can do.
At the beginning of the year, we set goals to move outside the classroom, to go out in our community to perform not just for our own school, to show people what our Shortridge band can do. And ISMA is the perfect opportunity to do that. We are leaving our school and going to another and showing what we've learned and accomplished this year.
It's like, honestly, sometimes it can be really chaotic. Sometimes it can be like really smooth, but it normally goes like we warm up, and then like if there's something like he really doesn't like feel like we did good on, we're like, when we listen to feedback, we'll like focus on that, or sometimes we'll do like run-throughs, and he'll like really get picky about like, you're not putting enough emotion in this, you're not phrasing that. But it really it shows when it's time to perform because we do really good.
Now we have different ways we practice. We do full ensemble practices and we do groups with Miss Blocker. So sometimes a group will go off. We also had a student teacher this year. We went off with him some. And then we also have the practice rooms. So there's a lot of full group work and then independent work and group work.
Getting to play together after COVID has really been a lot of fun. I remember during COVID, I was sitting in my room for hours trying to figure out the rhythms of this piece we were supposed to perform online, which was not very fun. But I was sitting alone in my room trying to finger through these melodies, and it was I got really tired throughout the whole process. And just being together with my friends and my classmates, hearing the music come together rather than sitting in my room listening to the track played by professionals, having it completely perfect, and then I'm like, why can't I play it like this? It feels so much better being around people.
So now we're all, in class and we're talking amongst our sections like, hey, this is what we need to work on and this is how we sound, and you get to hear other sections and how they sound and learn how to balance with them as well, even though they're in a different section. Like, just collaborating as a whole feels so much better than just staring at a screen.
It's a lot better than recording an audio at home and then hoping it sounds good when it's mixed, because you get a lot of personal one-on-one help, especially with things again like articulation or rhythm patterns with syncopation. So it makes it a lot better to understand the challenges of the music.
And really being like, okay, what does that feel like at this tempo? We went way faster than that, right? And then what happens is we kind of hang in there, but we can't sustain that all the way through it. And then it means, how does the next tempo go faster in the next one, right? So it dominoes. So just relax a little bit at the beginning.
Green Bushes was written by Percy Granger in 1905, and it is an adaptation of an old English song. And he himself said that Green Bushes isn't supposed to be a program music, it's dance music. So when we're performing, you'll see some of us kind of nodding along or just moving along to the music. And it's really fun and expressive.
Definitely say my favorite piece of performance is Green Bushes, because honestly, Latka has always given me on about it playing it too fast, but I like how fast it goes and the articulation, and it's really a challenge for me to play the higher notes because I don't really play those, so that's fun.
My favorite piece is Green Bushes because it is very fancy, it's folksy, and I like upbeat songs, and it's very upbeat and happy, and it's easy enough for me to play.
Okay, I like Green Bushes. I liked it from the very beginning because it's fast tempo, it's upbeat, and if you make it dance, it'll move and it will sound very uplifting and fun to listen to, It's not boring, it's not super long and lethargic. It's a lively piece.
say I'm excited to see how good we can truly sound when everybody like understands their part and we like fully understand the pieces we're playing. Things I'm nervous about are like the small little details about accenting or knowing when to like dynamic contrast, knowing when to like get louder, get softer, or not tonguing too hard, stuff like that.
I'm just kind of nervous that I would forget about the little critiques that we make and kind of dismiss those critiques and ultimately cause my section to kind of lack. That's pretty much it. I would feel like we're all pretty prepared, just those tiny little tweaks and critiques that I worry about.
I'm the most excited to like perform for an audience because during COVID we didn't really get to do contests, so I'm really pumped about that.
I'm a little bit nervous because the music's very difficult, but I'm super excited to go with my band and, you know, to just see how we do. And I know even if it's not the best we could possibly do, it'll be a really good experience.
My favorite is Elegy for a Young American because it is simple, but like it is so emotional and musically like difficult. So it really challenges me.
The lyricalness and the musicality and just flow of Elegy for a Young American is just really fun to play.
Moving at the Speed of Sound was written by Mark Lortz in 2014. This piece takes the audience on a musical roller coaster ride with woodwind flourishes, energetic brass, and driving percussion.
A lot of times people get the notion that IPS is kind of underdeveloped and we lack talent or the funds to, go out and do things. So doing this really just allows us to step outside of our IPS shell and go further than what we've known before. A lot of times we feel limited and we see other schools, they're doing all of these things, the different townships and stuff. But this allows us to take a step outside of our comfort zone and push for higher levels and, new heights, allowing us to, really access all of our potential as IPS band members. SHS presents WC101 as an opportunity to learn more about those who are actively impacting our community and the world. Joining WC101 as an interviewer or a speaker is as easy as,
"Hey bro, watch me make this 3-point.
In fact, it'll be easy. Let me put it on TikTok.
Now was that hard? If you join, you will become equipped with more knowledge of world changers and you will have the experience of a lifetime. You can also use this opportunity as a CAS or service learning experience. To join, please contact Mrs. Shantz or Mr. Coasty at shantzm@myips.org or tocostys@myips.org.